You should get your hair long. It goes all the way
The last one. White Sox are at 100 losses. That's correct, MSS.
maybe 101 today.
We're hoping for. If you've seen the lineup today, it's very likely it's 101 losses. Wow, we might get to play in this game today. I don't know if you saw the lineup today. We might get to pinch hit in the 8th inning. It's the Sunday Soak. It's powered by More of the Dogs at the northeast corner of 34th and Shields. The last game of the season today.
Yes.
Boys, we finally made it. We got here. Great tailgate yesterday.
Yep.
Absolutely. My section, what do they have going on at More Than Dogs today?
It doesn't even matter what they're selling because you get 11%, well, 10.8% off. If you mention 108, get over there today. Now, the season's over, but they're not done. They'll be at the park. So if you ever are coming out, you're like, hey, you know what? I need a hankering. Nice. I need a hankering for a little bit of Chicago dog, and I want to go play volleyball with a bunch of Asians over at Army Square. You can go do that. It's great.
Whatever that was. Sunday Soak is an all-question show. And we'll start off with longtime guy and someone who's on the recovery road, Loud Chuck. And Loud Chuck says, what percentage of the current 40-man White Sox roster will be on the opening day roster for 2024? And why should it only be 2.5%? Tracy, what percent of the 40-man will be back in 2024?
Well, so the interesting thing is there's not that many guys leaving the 26. So
right.
You've got Grandal will be gone. You also have probably Timmy being gone.
Andrews is a free agent.
Andrews is going to be a free agent, but he'll be back.
He'll be back.
And yeah, I mean that's kind of it. I think even pitching wise, Clevenger that's not going to go through.
So, yeah, so he'll
be gone. But I think if you look at it, it's going to be a lot of the same, unless they really do some drastic trades, right? Like if they trade like Moncada or something, then you could see like a turnover. But yeah, it's gonna, man. I feel like it's gonna be like 80%.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was thinking 75% when the question started. Like it's going to be a continuation of the all talk, no action. Oh, we need players, and then we're going to hear how much Oscar Colas really put his nose to the grindstone.
He's like great in winter ball, so now he's ready to be back.
Yeah, and now
he bunch of 14-year-olds, and he really fucking
killed it. Exactly.
Turned his boombox down to 7, and he's fine. He's fine.
That's totally great. No, I think you guys are right. I think a really aggressive offseason where they turn the bottom of the 40-man, where they trade out some key players or whatever, you're still getting 65-70% of the group back. So I think you guys are on the right track. It's going to be 75-80% of these dudes back. That still means clipping out like 8 or 9 people out of the group. I think I'm hopeful there'll be more turnover than that. But yeah, we're kind of stuck with a lot of these guys. A lot of them are under contract. There's only a few you can get out from. The bottom of the 40-man, you can, like, Clint Frazier should be gone. Adam Hazley should be gone. Like, I would remove Jose Ramirez from the 40-man. He has no use here. Like, there's some shit you can do, and there's some guys you got to add. In the off season, yeah, exactly. So and they need some starting pitching anyway. So
I'll hang on to Jose Ramirez, but Jose Rodriguez, he's got
yeah, Jose Rodriguez. That's right. Popeye. All right, next question's from Huck, and Huck says, "Can we get an update, if any, on the butthole tanning? I know everyone would like to hear about golden brown rings. You know what? We never did the perineum sunning. We talked about doing it. It's another example of we brainstorm a lot of ideas in the 108, and then we don't always have time to get all of them done. So we didn't. I didn't tan my ass. So I don't think you guys did.
I did not either. No.
So my balcony is perfect. Got really nice, almost like a you know when you get the really good onion rings,
the small ones,
yeah, the one but from Burger King, like because it's 1 in a million that they're gonna be good. You know, it's that 1 in a million, baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's perfect.
And just that crusty too. A very nice bread.
Good crunch. That's a good
Gotta get
crunch.
crunch. Gotta get crunch.
That's a good crunch. All right, next question from White Sox Al.
Hey, it's the last time I get to say this in the tub. To me, to you, out in Texas, go Mac and go fuck yourself, son.
White Sox Al says, why do you think athletes like Phil Mickelson are lousy at gambling? Too impulsive, money chaser, adrenaline junkie, Trezo. What do you think?
I think it's an overconfidence in their abilities. Like they think, okay, since I'm really good at sports, then I should be also really good at sports gambling. So they're overconfident. And what turns out is that sports gambling is very different than sports. And so they're fucking terrible at it. And they have a lot of money to spend. And so they lose massive amounts.
Yeah.
MSS, what do you think?
Too much money, you gotta get a thrill some way, right?
Yep.
You know, before you know it, you got a cheese grater on your ball sack, right? You start off small with some weird horn, and then before you know it, you have to like decimate your ball sack.
I
the same thing.
No, I like that analogy because, and I think part of it too is mostly everyone's lousy at gambling. They just have a lot more money, and like you're saying, it's bigger stakes for them. They can't get the thrill out of it. That's where the cheese grater comes in. I agree 100% with this analogy. I think you guys are right on the money here. It's just like the size of the bets. You know, Floyd Mayweather, he can't bet $25 like you. He got to bet $1 million, otherwise he don't give a shit. You know, like so that's why it's obvious. Or Phil Mickelson. It has nothing to do with his bitch tits. His bitch tits have nothing to do with his bad gambling. That's a totally separate thing. He's got some milkers, though. You got to admit, C cups minimum, right?
They're nice.
That's
I
why
wouldn't mind seeing them.
love them.
That's right.
I can jerk off to Phil Mickelson. It's not against the law.
You won't go to prison for that.
No.
All right, next question. Next question is from Southside Mofo. Mofo says, it's baseball bandwagon season. Who are you guys hitching your reins to? MSS. Who are you looking for in the playoffs? Who are you rooting for?
Who should we root for that has all of our best players ever? The fucking Miami Marlins, bro. That's like 100% Marlins train. I'm going down with the teal and the orange. All right, here we go.
Beautiful. I love it. Trezo.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be rooting for Jake Berger. Like, I want to see Jake Berger have
Avi Garcia,
great
bro.
playoffs. I don't think he's not going to play.
Johnny
He's
Cueto,
fucking
bro.
hurt. But yeah, Jake Berger, I definitely want to see. I'll probably, you know, if I'm tuning into a game, the Orioles are a team that if I see them, I'm going to be rooting for that. I want them to win. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like rooting for other teams. The honest answer is whoever I bet on will be whoever.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you. I don't like to put my stinky White Sox fandom on some other poor team that doesn't deserve it, right? They guys made the playoffs, you know. But behind, like, secretly, the team that I kind of always root for in these playoffs, and I know they were big cheaters before, but I like Dusty. I'm happy that Jose Abreu's going back to the playoffs. I'll, again, be rooting for the Astros. I kind of have always rooted for the Astros. I like the way they put. Yeah, I want to see Abreu get some shine in the playoffs. And I like the way the Astros have always put together their teams. They have smart teams. They got good pitching. You know, they're patient at the plate. I love Yordan Alvarez, man. He's a stud. I love watching him hit. So, for me, like, the most watchable team generally is the Astros and kind of the way they do things. So, I'll say them, but I don't really give a shit. If they lose in the first, I don't care. Like, I'm not emotionally tied to this shit at all. The White Sox are my only emotional tie. We're going to lose 101st game today. So, fuck me. All right, next question from Bobby Bleachers. And Bobby Bleacher says, if Getz called you and asked for your advice, what would you say, Treasy?
Let's say, hey, I was thinking that we're going to have about 80% of the 40-man roster next year. We can't have that.
How about you, MSS?
We need action. We don't need any more talk. Start doing some shit and actually, you know, follow through and actually tell people, hey, this is what we've just done. Rather than, we're going to analyze this. We're going to make changes. We're going to beat your ass at 7-10 every night. No, we're not. So let's actually do something that can actually facilitate these things that we talked about last year.
You know what the other thing I would probably tell them, though, in all honesty, is fix the relationships in the Dominican. Like, they have obviously not done that over the past, 8 years. And so, like, the fact that they haven't done that is showing in how you can't put together a good minor league system. So I would say repair those relationships with the guys down there, because it's obviously fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think what I would do is I would tell him to adjust the messaging slightly. he keeps saying we want to get guys in here that play the game the right way, and we got good guys on this roster. You really don't. What you should say is we need more talent. We need to find ways to find more talent and find better talent to put on this roster. This team fucking sucks other than Luis Robert. Yeah. And everyone who watches them knows that. And so every time you say we got to get guys who play the right way, you're only impressing Jerry Reinsdorf and your fucking Little League coach, okay? The rest of us know that's bullshit. We know they need a lot more talent. Yes, you probably need the tertiary guys that resemble like the Zach Remillard, but with a little more talent. Like if those guys have to come up from the minors and pitch in and patch a spot, fine. That makes sense. Don't say that for the whole roster. The whole roster needs a lot more talent. You're hanging your hat on Andrew Vaughn. He has a 102 WRC plus. He sucks right now, okay? He needs to get a lot better. They all need to get a lot better except Luis. So start saying we need more talent because that's the obvious thing here. Just say it. Just tell them, we didn't do a good job of putting talent out here. We're going to get more talent. That's it. Nice and easy.
That's why they fired the last guy.
That's why they fired the guy.
It's really reasonable to say it.
It's not play the right way. It's not we need a culture. You need some fucking talent. I need some ass kickers in here. That's what I need. All right, next question is from CD44. Nice to meet you yesterday, CD.
Yeah,
and
nice.
He's given a Mary Fuck Kill style, but he wants it a little bit different, specific for pitchers. It is starter, bullpen, or release. And here's your three choices: Michael Kopech, Touki Toussaint, Jesse Schultens. My Sox, some of your first. Starter, bullpen, release.
Touki.
Starter, Touki. Okay.
Bullpen, let's go Kopech.
Okay.
And then Jesse, we're going to release you, but then we'll bring you back. So
yeah, we don't have anything better.
We really can't.
We're just moving you off the 40.
Yeah.
You come back, we need you.
Or did he actually mean relief? Because Jesse Schultz might need some relief.
Hey, that's let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Don't cheese grater for Jesse. Okay, let's keep it real. Right?
I'm still watching regular porn.
I'm going to switch that up just a little bit. I think the Schultens is the one that makes sense to get released. But I'm going to put Kopech. Let's give it one more run at starter. Because the thing is, the thing about it is like he obviously isn't good at being in the bullpen right now. Like that didn't fix him, right? So like, if you're going to get anything out of Michael Kopech, any value, he's got to be a starter. Like he has to start in order to realize. I mean, think about what we traded for him and Moncada, and you got like shit. They both have to have great years next year for just to get anything out of it. So like, I think you got to start Kopech and Touki's perfectly fine swingman.
Right.
Got to pitch in decent.
You know, when you need an extra starter, someone gets hurt. Like he's a perfect guy to just have on the roster.
Plus, he's got that teal glove,
which I love. I love that shit. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Absolutely, that's some Johnny Cueto shit.
Yes,
he's got that little flash going there. That's good.
What about you?
I agree with Chorizo. Actually, I would give Kopech one more chance, only because like the upside is there.
Yeah,
we know the upside's there. The downside is horrible, in which we're seeing it. So anyone who's like Kopech to the bullpen, I get that angle. I'm with you from that sounds practical, but I'm shooting for upside with every single player.
And
so
honestly, I've said Kopech to the bullpen during the season. Yeah. And then we saw what it was, and it was like, no,
maybe not so.
That's not true.
That's still bad. So I'll stick with that.
It's okay to have change.
Let's see if Bannister can fix him.
Let's see if we brought in pitching guru.
Yeah,
fucking.
He said he's gonna do it. He said he's gonna do it.
Look, if Kopech needs his head cleared, truth be told, fucking weekend with us. Pull him off the active roster, let him sit and want to wait and hang out with all the animals, and we'll fix him. We will fix him mentally.
As a guy that's been from me to you away from Kopech, we don't need to be around him, especially in the tub.
Okay.
The ladies will be all over him. Yeah. He is a beautiful man. He's pretty.
Did you see his crank? Is it?
I did not see his crank,
all right.
but I'm assuming it's lovely.
You can smell it.
It was pulsing.
He flexed it, so MSS knew. He dominated MSS by flexing.
I was like, how do the Royds work with the wings? And he's like, check it out.
Injected it right in and pumped it up. All right.
That's the only place he has veins left.
The next question is from known asshole Matt Ramsey, and it's a long one. So stick with me, boys. Stick with me on this question.
Oh my God.
It's like look how long that is on the board. That's
taking him half the board.
He says the 108 private jet is on its way to 108 Party Island, and it crashes.
Party Island, I like that.
Yeah, so he's like painting us as like Epstein. So fuck yourself, Matt Ramsey. Crashes into a remote area. He says you have to choose one of these items to eat for survival. Would you choose? Which one are you rolling with? Are you rolling with leg meat that's been on the side of a Florida highway for 4 days?
swampy heat. Swampy
Leftover food scraps and sauces from an in-stadium food review. Or Uncrustables that have been open for a month inside a basement dungeon. Treasy, you're first.
I mean, the last one sounds like love has been made to me. So I don't want to do that.
Maybe self-love.
You know what? Honestly, I mean, it's weird because we're crash landing, but there's a food review just happened.
Yeah.
But
and we have access to it.
Yeah. I would say that one.
Yeah.
Mainly because
Skyhook undefeated.
Mainly because if we don't get to it, there's going to be more rats in our section.
Yes.
My section, what do you think?
What's 100% thinking the food scraps because it's the one that isn't like 18-day-old food scraps. So it's like that seems like probably the freshest thing. And plus you get sauces. So if it tastes like shit, you just put a bunch of barbecue sauce all over it and you're fine.
All right, I'm not with you guys on this because the food scraps fell out of someone's mouth. Okay?
Who cares? You're gonna die anyway. What do you care?
Uncrustables, that's poverty food. I'm not eating that shit. Okay. I'm going with the thing that's high in protein that's going to sustain me. And I know it's 4 days old and it's been out there a little bit, but I'm going leg meat. I'm all in on leg meat. There's going to be a little marbling there, and it's going to be all good for me. Keep my coat nice and shiny. It's 100% leg meat.
You think you shed a lot?
What do you think it's marbling? What do you think? It's a human leg?
That's some leg, right? Whatever
leg. Like a raccoon's leg.
Doesn't matter. It's got a little fat in there. It's good.
You had a milkshake and shit your pants. You're gonna fucking eat 4-day-old leg.
That's why I can have the scraps and sauces and fucking Uncrustables. That's some bullshit right there.
A river of fucking feces.
That's dairy. This is protein right there. I mean protein, motherfucker.
Rancid protein.
Yeah. It all sounds great. It all sounds great, though. Thank you for the question.
We'll just wipe away the
I'll let you borrow some barbecues.
All right, next question is from a longtime guy. Aloha, Mr. Hand. And Mr. Hand mentions, Jerry mentioned the players will be given off-season plans, that they'll be monitored. What are your off-season plans that we can monitor? I said summer.
Dude, my off-season is like really boring. Like, I really don't do anything. It's fun. Stop drinking on a daily basis or weekly basis. God damn, I don't even really know what I'm going to do this offseason.
108 weight loss is one way you can monitor my summer.
Yeah.
Teresa, how about you?
It's not fun.
I mean, yeah, that's going to be my answer. It's 108 weight loss because that's the most accountable we are for anything throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
So that's the obvious answer there.
I mean, I think a couple things you can monitor us on is our YouTube content. So we're still going to be doing 108 podcast. You can see how kind of sharp we maintain in the off season. We're not doing stuff. We'll have a Festivus show coming up, and that's something for you to check out and kind of be a part of. And also, we have vouched as a group to try to do more videos on Twitter, short videos. Yeah. And well, you can see if we follow through on that shit and what we do about it, considering there won't be much White Sox to do about it. It'll be up to us to do that shit. So you can monitor us on all those things in different platforms and check us out.
I like it. I didn't want
That's a good answer.
I didn't want to be held accountable, so I didn't say any of those things.
More Trezo videos, I think, is what the internet needs.
Yeah,
we're out there. Our beautiful faces out there all the time. Age George Clooney here, not enough. Yeah. We need him out there a little more.
Maybe some more twerk videos.
Don't give the juicy double away right away. You gotta ease them in.
Workout show.
Okay. Workout.
I'll give you work.
I'll give you
Thanks a lot, Mr. Hand.
I'll give you my tried and tested OnlyFans plan. I'll tell you how you do it.
Next up is
directly for Christina Model.
What? Next up is English Sox Colin, and Colin says, to fix this White Sox team, you have to amputate or surgically donate parts of 108ers to the White Sox players in order to improve performance. What surgeries are you conducting? Teresa.
Oh, man. I feel like we got to give Andrew Vaughn your feet so that he could grow into them.
That's a good idea.
Like, these are way too big of feet for a 5'10" guy. I should be at least 6'4".
Absolutely.
You still need to grow into your feet, by the way.
Both of you guys have good eyes, right?
Yeah,
like you don't have glasses. You don't have glasses.
No glasses, no contacts.
You got that? Please donate those to Tim Anderson. So you can see where the ball's coming and where it's going at. I think he needs a little bit more of a like just tune it up a little bit. Yeah, be a little bit more hyper focused on where the ball is, so he doesn't miss shit or then throw it the wrong way.
What if that were the fucking thing? What if Tim Anderson got glasses and then he goes right back to being that player that he was?
He's like, why don't they Ricky Vaughn get the glasses?
Yeah.
He's been telling everybody it's been blurry. He's like, dude, I really can't see the guy at first base. They're like, focus.
So, this is your problem. No,
Yeah.
when this came up, I was thinking, Michael Kopech's goddamn knees are always breaking down. I wonder if it's the musculature underneath that is the problem. So what I want to do is I will donate my calves. I will donate MSS's thighs, and I will donate Chorizo's juicy double. And we'll fortify Michael Kopech on the bottom end, man. The guy is fucking yoked out up top, but he keeps breaking down on his legs. He needs our muscular legs.
Yeah.
Man, he can't wear shorts no more. He's multicolored.
It's sort of an off-white.
Still beautiful from the neck up, though. He raced on me.
Hello. Don't worry, we're not donating BWC. All right, next question is from Slapnick Magical. And Slapnick says, for us youngsters, what was it like watching Frank Thomas in his prime, 1990 to 2000? MSS.
I mean, I enjoyed him. I enjoyed watching him just crush baseballs. He was one of the first people that I saw I went to spring training when I was in college, and seeing such a massive human out there just smoking balls and going, why is this guy not playing football? Like, it was a very confusing thing to me. But, just watching Frank Thomas smoke baseballs was, the funnest thing ever.
See, I think the part that, having not seen it in real time and been around fans during the time Frank Thomas was playing, what you missed out on was not how awesome he was. You could see that still in things like that. It is the fan reaction to how much he walked.
Yep.
People hated that he would walk.
Yep.
They would be like, he's a looker. Like, you would hear, you go to a game and you'd be sitting in the stands and it'd be like, I wish this guy would get the bat off his shoulder, fucking looker. And it's like, what?
This guy's got a 430 on base percentage. It's like, oh, he's a looker.
But no one posted on base percentage back then, right? It was just, and he still had a great average too.
Yeah,
He still had all the other great stats, but they're like, just wasting this at bat with a walk. And I'm not exaggerating. That shit was all over the place in that time frame.
Absolutely.
Was that your dad at midnight saying that?
No. My dad loved Frank.
He was a big Frank guy. Yeah, I think. So I was going to mention what Treasy mentioned, but what MSS is saying is way underrated because back then, the great hitters, and because batting average was a proxy for being a great hitter. The great hitters were these slappy guys, these kind of smaller guys that were quick and reflexes are quick. And Frank shows up. He has the height of a basketball player. He's built like a fucking football player. But he has all the skills those guys have as far as high batting average, good eye and all that stuff. And he hits 1 million home runs. He had the power, he had everything. So from an offensive side of the game, it was just so incredible to watch. And he's dropped in a White Sox lineup that before Frank, that was a shitty ass lineup, man. They didn't have hardly any good players in there. Now they in the 90s, Robin came up and he was good, and then they infused guys here or there to kind of make it better. Lance Johnson was decent. They traded for Tim Raines. But when he first arrived, it was like, we have a unicorn and we have a big pile of shit around. Kind of like how we have Luis right now. Yeah. Luis is nowhere near as good as Frank. Let's put it that way as far as a hitter. Yeah. But it was similar to watching this guy's way better than all these other fucking guys.
You know what it's comparable to is like Magic Johnson running point.
Mm-hmm.
You
didn't see it.
When they first got Magic Johnson on the Lakers, you're like, we're gonna put him at center every once in a while, and then he's running point, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, this is a different type of player, and Frank really was a different body type than most of the players in the league.
Amazing.
Yeah, incredible. They could do all that.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because he was ginormous.
The skills to be able to do it. The batting eye, the patience, all this shit.
Yeah. That's why he didn't do roids, because his head's so small and his body's huge. The head goes with the roids.
You got that HGH head.
Yeah.
You got the Ken Griffey Jr. been sucking on that tonic head. Yeah.
Frank just got big size. He was just big. He's like Thomas Hamilton.
And the only guy that ever confronted people that said that he uses steroids and tried to sue him. Yeah. It's like, all right, motherfucker, prove it. I love that. I love that for him.
Now look what you did. All right. Next question from SPF. And SPF says, clearly the White Sox need to clean house for next season. Who needs to be cleaned out of the 108? I don't know if there's any who.
The hot tub water.
was gonna say, I don't know if there's any who needs to be cleaned out, but I was thinking about this for us from a content standpoint. I think this show right here, Sunday Soak, needs a slight reboot. Because the question format works sometimes and sometimes it don't. So we need to figure out some different angle for this thing. All right, that's my thought.
Let's light the tub on fire.
I was gonna say we're just gonna fight in the tub.
If you give a bad answer, you're slapped.
Voted upon. I don't want that because you guys will always stick together and then
We'll form an audience back here. They vote on it.
I'm still getting my ass kicked because none of my people show up.
What do you guys think? Who needs to be cleaned out of the 108 treason?
I mean, is this like section 108? Because the 108's just us
Just
three.
us three, right?
So I'm not cleaning anyone out. I think maybe my chonies need to be cleaned out. But that's about it. I mean, but I think if we're going to the section, I know you guys all like it. We got to get rid of the rats.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, that's a solid pull.
We have to get rid of fucking bullshit food pricing for season ticket holders. That's what we need to get
Oh,
rid of.
there's no question.
No, but honestly, yesterday, this is one of the questions that I actually saw, and I was like, all right, we're gonna have a bunch of people at this tailgate and a bunch of people that come to the game. So I'm like, one of these motherfuckers is gonna fuck up, and I'm gonna be like, that's the person that needs to go. Everyone was totally fine. There hasn't been any weirdness, really this year. So I'm gonna
one
go
game
with
left.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
It happened today.
I don't know, MSS. One big drunk fell asleep in the section. Not gonna name names. Not naming names. I don't want to name names, but
used to be on the score.
allegedly. All right, let's close this out with Billy Wire's last question of the season on the Sunday Soak. Billy Wire says, it's a week of finality. Give me a scenario that brings an end to the 108. What member does what to end things with Yoko Ono in somebody's bed? He posted a beautiful picture of John Lennon and Yoko Ono. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know John Lennon had such a plush bush.
Of course he did.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
Hey, it was the 70s, man. 70s were Bush heavy era.
I didn't know the Beetle bush was so, fruitful or whatever.
I can't believe you've never seen that picture.
I've never seen it before. No.
Oh, yeah.
And low key. Yoko Ono, decent sized tits. I was not expecting that. All right. I've seen pictures of her clothes. I didn't know she was packing that.
Those tits ruined the Beatles.
I was gonna say
I know, but
she broke up the Beatles somehow. I mean,
all right, MSS. What do you think? What's a scenario that ends in 108?
I mean, one of you guys retires. That's pretty much it. You move away. You guys wind up in Florida or something, or someplace.
They don't have our people there.
Well, you might. You look almost white. You're fine.
An off-white. Sorry.
You're not white. I feel like that, or I'm gonna get T-boned by some assholes that don't fucking stop at stop signs anymore, and I die. But I'm giving you guys permission to carry on the 108. Just sub in one of my daughters. We're good.
I think it'll be something stupid, like we get fished for our password to the Twitter account, and then we're just we're just giving up.
We're not gonna try to get back.
Fish. So he's like, hey, put all your passwords in on this Google Doc.
We're now a Canadian pharmacy. Whatever.
We sell Bitcoin. We're now Bitcoin purveyors.
What do you think today?
NFTs.
You know what I think it is? MSS full-time job. Right? He's like, oh man, you know what? My fucking boss kicking my ass. I can't make it for this. I can't make it for that. That's what I
mean, to be honest, it's been 7 years with no job. The 108's only gone up. I agree.
Yeah.
It really has.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do a job. Quincy is correct. I do have a job.
I'm on a put the uniform on 40 hours a week for some bullshit thing. Whatever.
Yeah,
something that you hate is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I'm ready to hate work something. I really am. I'm really ready to hate work there.
That's it. That's our show.
Thank you for 2023. Thanks for coming out yesterday. We appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Bless your hearts. Go to More Than Dogs right now.
Yes.